You're friendly, unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. You're friendly, unabashed cup cutter.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, your friendly unabashed cup cutter. You know, you're here on my podcast. You know, I got a few things that I like to do. One, I like to have a weekly episode with my buddies. Two, I like to give greenkeeper tips and some insight on what I do out there on the golf course. And the third thing that I like to do is, you know, I'm in my 1971 Volkswagen bus. I like to travel all over Tampa and beyond and have conversations. I have conversations with golf pros, superintendent, cart girls, club fitters, and maybe somebody that's gone through some shit. And maybe there's somebody that's starting a new chapter, trying to build on some things, and that's where I'm at here today with Brian Kornse. Yep. And with REMemBRYNN Expeditions. And is it Guardian Com or which one is it? It's the other one.
Guardian Reach.
Guardian Reach, yes. Yep. So Brian, brother, thank you for wanting to be on the podcast, buddy. Again, as I said before, this is just you and I.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll look that way. Look, it's just you and I having a conversation, man.
That's all it's about.
Yep. And it's funny, folks. Like something that I like to do when I have guests on the podcast is like, I don't like to learn about people before we have a conversation. Right. I want my conversation to be pure, my pure, honest answer, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Like when I first talked to Brian on the phone, it went for an hour and 30 minutes. And we didn't even talk about REMemBRYNN. Am I saying right?
REMemBRYNN.
REMemBRYNN.
Yeah.
Because I want to do the EE. REMemBRYNN. We didn't even talk about his organization, his company that is starting with Guardian Reach, any of that things. We talked on the phone for an hour and a half. So quite literally, I'm still going to learn more about you because I know we did hang out at Heights Country Club, which is great, but it was a couple of guys. But now, buddy, it's just you and me in this Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Things going to happen.
I've watched a few and I listened to all of them, so
and I appreciate it.
I know what's coming.
Maybe me. No, I'm just kidding. This is a PG-13 podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what they say in the military.
That's right. We both are. So with that being said, Brian, again, thank you again for wanting to be on the podcast and tell your story. I'm anxious to hear it. I'm anxious to learn about you and your family. Because like I said, folks, this man has been through a lot that a lot of us don't understand. We can have sympathy. We can be very caring. But we're most definitely going to get into that here in a little bit. But before we talk about a few other things, which you know I have written down here, let's get to know about Brian. Brian, where are you from? Let's start from there.
I was an Army brat. I was born in Junction City, Kansas, right outside of Fort Riley. And, you know, my father disappeared, and then I lived in New Jersey for a long time. Mm-hmm. I lived in Long Beach Island, New Jersey, and then I hated my life, so I decided to join the military. You know, I broke my leg. I could have had scholarships for basketball and hockey. I broke my leg. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? I got nothing else going for me. I'm going to join the military. You know, like fix the family tradition. And, you know, I decided, took my ASVAB. Most people like go in, like, I'm going to really do well on the ASVAB and like do that. I was in and probably within like 30 minutes and I just answered questions and I was just like, I'm done with it. I already know what I want to do. So that was, I wanted to go in the Army and be in the infantry. Yeah. So I didn't realize that I probably should have done a lot better because I didn't know going into the military, like after I'm in the military for a while, like your GT scores,
of course,
mean things. So I had to go go and fix all of that and actually care.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where like I decided, like I was able to become a sniper. I was able to become a dog handler in the military through a program that was ran by the government for the Army. You know, I went to air assault school. So I did a whole bunch of other things. Like when I was in Iraq, I went through a mine detector class to learn about mine detecting. And so they gave me that ability. And so it's a lot learned. But and then after the military, after I was medically retired, I moved down here to be closer to my daughter, which was from a different marriage. And they wound up leaving, going to Maryland, so that they're Andrews now. And I've been here since. I had 2 kids. Well, I have 5. But I lost 2 of them.
Yep, we'll get into
Yeah.
And again, I've said it countless times, buddy. It's I care about you. I really do. I mean, and the fact that when you told me that you lost your two little ones, and that's the reason why you started this company and everything like that. It's tough, man.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you for wanting to be out. Thank you for joining me. I mean, because when we sat there on the couch, you're like, this is what we needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had a good time, and it's to connect and everything like that, and get you out and just get out of a dark space. Because you went through a lot, not just from the military, but losing two little ones, which again, we'll get into that more. So with all that, then you went into the military. When did you start playing golf? When did golf get into your...
Oh boy. So my father-in-law got me started in golf in 2018.
Okay.
I did it as like a joke because it was like I was taught. I didn't like golf growing up. Like,
Yeah.
I watched Tiger dominate.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, golf has got to be so easy if one dude is just dominating everybody. And then, I mean, you had like players like VJ Sig and Phil Mickelson, which are legends, and you just see him just mopping the floor with them. Not every time, but I mean, he was the number one golfer for 11 years straight, which I don't think anybody will ever top. So and I was like, okay, it's kind of fun. So it's like, and then I got into it. So it wasn't until COVID is when I started taking it seriously with no lessons or anything. So it's like, I was able to go play Cypress Creek every day, like, because if you're walking and you're a military vet, it cost me like $10.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm going to go play every day. And I realized I was like, okay, I can be good at this game. And it was like, I can shoot anywhere from like 120 to, I think my lowest is 75.
Awesome.
So it's how my body feels that day. And,
of course, man.
Who I'm with.
Of
If
course.
I'm playing by myself, I'm going to play so much better by myself.
Of course.
Because it's so free. You're like, man, and then I can play multiple balls because it's COVID. They're spread out like 30 minutes apart. So it's like,
oh shit. See, I didn't play during COVID.
Yeah. So like they keep people away from each other. They spread out tee times like 25, 30 minutes.
No shit.
So
how did I block all that out when I was working I was either at the Claw at US or at fucking
the Claw. I never got to play the Claw.
Yeah, that's a fun track. No, so because of COVID, you really took the game more serious. You got really good at it, and now you're just in love with it.
Yeah, in love with it. My wife says I have a little bit of autism because when it comes to everything, if it intrigues me, I have to be the best at it that I possibly can. Yeah. So, but besides other things, like so I found this organization that helped me get better. So I got lessons. So it's called Salute Military Golf Association. I got 6 free lessons, and in those 6 lessons, I've learned how to hit the ball better. Wow. How to, like, my dispersion pattern got better. And so I've always had a goal of like, either by the time I'm 50, I want to play one PGA event or make it onto the seniors tour. Yeah. Right. So it's only 54 rounds of golf instead of 72. Yep. And so that was my goal. And then they kind of all changed, like, the way I look at golf now.
What's that?
So when my first son was born, well, not my first son, I had 2 before that, but with Remy, he was born, and he was born with an illness called pulmonary hypertension, and it basically affects the lungs, but also affects his heart too. Yeah. And when he was born with that, he was in the hospital for 7 months. Mm-hmm. And we went from the All Children's Hospital in St. Pete because without knowing it, they were killing him because of the medications that he was on. He was on too much of the medications. And then we finally got transferred to Texas Children's Hospital in Houston, which they were like, wow, he's on all these medications. We need to lower them now. Like, it was like his body, like, let me backtrack. So he was.
No, it's okay. No, like I said, man, when it comes to this,
it's all jumbled.
That's totally fine, man. Because you know what? It's very fluid. You just lost them. Yeah. Don't worry about if the story gets mixed up. Yeah. If it doesn't go according to plan, but like I said, this is you and I. Yeah. So starting off, so when he was born, he was good for like the first like 16 to 24 hours. Like, he was a perfectly fine baby, and then he started turning blue. So it turned out that his lung collapsed, which I should have seen that because I have experience with that, through the military. But, that's something I would never, like, imagine. Be like, hey, a 24-hour-old kid, his lungs collapsing. So he was starting to turn blue, and then they put him... Once we got the nurse, it took, like, 45 minutes for the nurse to come in because they didn't, like, well, babies can be blue. Like, we know that we've already had
Like at this point, I've had 3 kids with my wife. We've had 2. We know they can be blue and purple for a while, right?
Yeah.
But like his breathing was just very bad. Like it was absolutely bad. And when the nurse came in, she right away took him out, and then they called the code blue.
Fuck.
So, and we're like, well, we waited 45 minutes. They could have, maybe something could have been caught. It wasn't. So within like 48 hours, like, well, we need to get him to All Children's Hospital in St. Pete.
Wow.
We got there. He was put on ECMO. So if anybody knows what ECMO is, it's kind of like what polio patients would go on. So it like controls his heart. So he was on VV. I forget. It's venous something. So once it goes into his neck, they have to clamp it off once it comes out. So it takes out his vein that's there. So he was no longer used that. He was on it for 8 days, and they thought it was cleared up. Like they thought, so it's PPHN at that point. So it's persistent pulmonary hypertension in a newborn. They thought it was cleared up at that point, and then things started going crazy again. So like, okay, it's not cleared up. So they started giving him, the one medicine is REMemBRYNN. He was on diuretics because he just retained fluid. Like he couldn't push fluid off.
Yep.
So he was on diuretics.
And he wasn't even.
At this point, he was not even a month old.
Wow.
And then they had to put him on a heart med, which is also Viagra, from what most people know, and that would be Tracleer, or whatever's inside of it, right? No, that's sildenafil. Sildenafil is so he was put on that medication and with Tracleer. So sildenafil is I don't know how to explain it. So it produces more blood into the system. Yep. So that's why men are able to use these medications, because I know it's PG and I don't want to go into the whole of it.
It's all good.
So it's a male enhancement, but it's also a life-saving med. So it's kind of weird.
And don't worry, this is not PG at all. You say what the fuck you want to say, and I don't give a shit.
So you have that, and then he was there for like 5 months, and when we left there, like they did a whole bunch of things wrong right when he left. So like they stopped his medication, not all of his medications, but they stopped his diuretics so he could travel, and it put so much fluid on his body. So when he got to Texas, he crashed. Like he literally just crashed as soon as he landed. Like all the pressure from all the fluid pushing down on his heart, he crashed. They brought him back, and then they started working on bringing down that fluid, but also bringing down the diuretics that he was on. The REMemBRYNN. So like they had him at 120 nanograms, which adults aren't even on that type of for REMemBRYNN. They got him down to 56 nanograms, which was good for him. Like we saw massive improvements once he started dropping the REMemBRYNN down. His heart started improving, and and he was able to come home March 11th of 2021. Was it 21? No, 2022, because he was born in 21.
Okay.
So he was born July 28, 2021, and he came home March 11, 2022.
Wow.
Which that day is significant and going into it. So, and that's where like I stopped playing golf, because it's like now I have to.
Of course.
Like when he came home, his medicine rotation was every 6 hours. So it'd be like 3 hours, but like each medicine was a 6 hour period. So it'd be like 6, 9, 12, and then he would have off for 12 hours, then it'd be 6, 9, 12 again. So, and that was just a continuous thing. And like we did everything for him, because we knew we had borrowed time, because with pulmonary hypertension, it's like there are so many other sub illnesses inside of pulmonary hypertension that you like, I forget the whole name of it. So there's ACD, there's PVOD, there's a whole bunch of other things. There's other illnesses that aren't found inside of this. It all comes down to genes, right? And that's what we're exploring now, which is leading into my daughter. So, with my son, like we did Disney probably, we try to go at least twice a month.
Awesome.
So he could experience Disney all the time. He had.
How old is he when you guys brought him to there?
I mean, as soon as he came home, we were doing things with him.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so
good.
like, we waited a couple weeks to see, like, in case like the kids go when they were going to school, bringing home illnesses,
Of course.
to see how that's going to affect him.
Yeah.
Right. So like we had spare oxygen, and then he was also allergic to peanuts. So like he had a lot of other allergies that we had to have epinephrine for. So once we came up with our plan, like the first like month was the hardest because we had to figure out medicine rotations, who's going to stay up to do what, or who's going to do what, so that we split it evenly between me and my wife. And once we figured all that out, now it was like, okay, what are we going to do to help him get past this disease? Even though like with kids with PH, it's a lot more frequent than most people think. Like PH is more of like an elderly killer.
Yep.
And like when I come across people and I tell them like, yeah, my son and my daughter both had PH, they had it as a kid and they were born with it. And I mean, this is where conspiracies come out, is like, since COVID started and people started using the COVID vaccine, it's been more prominent in kids. So it's whether the parent or the father, or like the mother or the father get it, right? And it's passed down, or it's not just the shot, it could just be the illness itself, because there's studies showing now that, you know, COVID is altering people's DNA.
Yeah, wow.
So it could just been the simple fact that when my wife had COVID and they were born, before they were born, like they were inside the womb, it altered DNA, right?
Yeah.
Like there's studies, and then there's also like pleural fusions. So this will go into my daughter, but we think that my son also had a pleural fusion because, as you know, like ultrasounds don't happen very often unless you're high risk, which there was no reason for my wife to be at high risk at that point.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had the ultrasounds that we had, or we did 3D ultrasounds, and, you know, it never showed anything, but we never focused on the heart. So it's because they'll show you the heart's beating, but they're always so quick on the heart, because it's like if they hear the heartbeat, you know, like when you're doing your fetal scans, okay, that's when they're really going to look and see, because it takes like 2 hours for the full fetal scan, because they have to make sure the brain's right, the brain's growing, there's no space between the neck, all that fun stuff. Or if there's fluid too much in one side of the body compared to the other side, then they have to explore like what's causing that. So, you know, all of that was fine with him for when we had the fetal scan. So no more after that, right? So there was no thing. But going back into, so we also tried doing Make-A-Wish with Remy. So we got approved for Make-A-Wish because his illness it's fatal. And so when we did that, we talked to Make-A-Wish. They're like, well, we can't do cruises until the kid's 5 years old, right? And we're like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because what if these kids have illnesses, they can't make it to 5? So you're not going to grant a cruise because they want him to be like, yeah, I want to go on a cruise. Like they want to talk to him and make sure that's what he wants to do. Like they'd be like, he go back and be like, I want to see Bluey. And then they'll set up an appointment with Bluey, right? But then we found this organization in actually St. Pete. They're called the Children's Dream Fund.
Okay.
And we reached out to them and they approved it. Like they were like, oh yeah, if that's what he wants to do. Like they talked to us instead of like listening to him. Yeah. Right. They're like, what is it that he loves? He loves Bluey. He loves dinosaurs, loves monster trucks, but he also loves Disney. And so the best way to experience Disney is on a Disney cruise ship. Yeah. So fitting is when that got approved, that was October of 2023. Okay. And that got approved. And then we went on a Disney cruise May of 2024. Oh, wow. So we went on the Disney Wish, figuring, which is cool because it was his wish so they put us on the Disney Wish. Wow. Which I've been on a lot of cruises now, and that was like maybe the catalyst of like wanting to start my business that we're going to go into. Yep. But seeing his reaction, and he loved everything. So like whenever he saw something he loved, he always lit up his eyes, be like, oh, yeah, I want that. Yeah. And so after everything, like whenever he would talk about something, he'd be like, I want that for my birthday. So that's everything that we did was, okay, it's for your birthday, right? Of course. So after that, so it's like we did countless trips, like we traveled a lot. Yep. But we can't take airplanes because of the pressure. That's right. So we had to drive everywhere, which put a lot of mileage on that car. Wow. So and that's a lease, but that's a whole nother story. But, you know, so it was January of last year.
Yep.
He started to deteriorate, which we didn't see that. So he got sick with RSV in December. And after that, he couldn't come off of oxygen. So, you know, whether we were blind to the fact that maybe something big was happening, or it was just whatever happened just happened.
It just happened, yeah.
And then, like, he can't get off oxygen now. So from January up until March, like, he would have a couple hospital trips, and his cardiologist at the time was, she had us change medicines to see if that was going to do it. And that affected him a lot. So we had to stop it and go back to his old medication. Because we were just seeing changes that weren't good.
Yeah.
But I mean, granted, knowing now what we know, maybe it was the medications, maybe it was just his heart failing.
Yep.
So we really don't know. But it was the fact that, like, we would go there for things because we were very equipped at home to be able to handle all situations except for if he needed to be at the hospital.
Yeah. Because
something was happening, and, you know, every time we went there, after that January of 2025, they would look at us and be like, okay, you know, he seems like he's doing okay. This is his normal. But, like, no, this is not his normal. Like, if you look at prior echoes or anything, like, this isn't normal. And they would just be like, okay, see you later. So it came down to March. We went to go see the cardiologist. And when they did the echo of his heart, the right side of his heart was, like, very, very, very enlarged. And the left side of his heart was pancaked. So, like, we have to get him to the hospital. So we got him to the hospital, and we decided to go back to Children's Hospital, where we really liked the cardiologist there. And we loved the one that we had, but, like, we were like, okay, you know, because of the care that he's had the last few months, we're like, okay, let's go get different eyes to look at it. You know, somebody who knows him from when he was a baby, and they didn't give him much time to live to see that he's thriving, that he's still alive almost 4 years later, right? Mm-hmm. So we went there, I think it was like March 3rd or 4th, somewhere right around that time frame. And, you know, he was making improvements because they put him on epinephrine for 3 days, and his heart started shrinking. And they're like, okay, he's getting back to normal. Like, he was, like, all of his pressures, his BNA, his BUNs were coming down. They were showing really good progression. They took him off the epinephrine, and that was probably, I want to say, March 9th.
Okay.
And March 10th is when he passed away.
Wow.
So,
I'm sorry.
And it was very unexpected. Like, it was just something that happens, and he would have these episodes, like, at home, where we think his heart, it was like an arrhythmia. So, like, he would start convulsing, and then he would come out of it. And he did that day. Wow. But then it happened again, and then he finally passed away. And I had to make that phone call to my wife, which was one of the hardest things I've had to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You know, and then at this point, my daughter was going to be born. So it was March 10th, and her due date was like May 12th. So, well, that's the day we set. And one of the things she was like, I'm going to hold her first. Well, we got to. Right? So, which is going to go into now. She took the exact same course he did. So she was born May 12th. 16 hours later, she started breathing weird, and me and my wife both saw it, and we're like, this can't be happening. We're like, there is no fucking way this is happening.
And there was, again, during the whole pregnancy itself, you can't see nothing.
Well, this time, so during this whole pregnancy, she was high risk because her Remy passed away with PH. So we got ultrasounds weekly, and it wasn't until about 23 weeks she had, on the left side of her heart, she had a pleural effusion. So there was extra fluid on the left side of her heart.
Okay.
And my wife started asking, like, does this cause pulmonary hypertension? And everybody that we talked to said, no, this doesn't cause it. And, you know, it went away after it disappeared at 32 weeks. Mm-hmm. And she was being induced at 39 weeks. But we still were getting looked at weekly to make sure
Of course.
that it was there, and you would have some reads depending on whoever's reading it, like there's still a little bit there, or there's nothing there, so they couldn't tell. It was so small. They like with every angle, like they could see it, or it was like it was like a 1 millimeter, right, or like less than that, and it's like okay, okay, it's nothing to worry about, or they can't see it on a scan. So my daughter was born at the women's center outside of the All Children's Hospital, because like God forbid anything does happen, we want to be there at the Children's Hospital instead of waiting. So same course, baby was born, we go to sleep, wake up, and the doctor came in, she did her thing with Brynn, and after we picked her up, my wife went to go take a shower. She's like, watch her, it looks like she's breathing weird. And I was watching, I was like, you know what, she really is, her lung didn't collapse, but she was just breathing weird, and she was blue. And and when they brought her in, they put her under warmer, and her oxygen was at 45. So they're like, they kept checking it. It came up to, once they warmed her up a little bit, it came up to 75, right? But that's still not good. So, they moved us over to the Children's Hospital, and they did a couple things, and then she started to crash.
Fuck, dude.
So whether it was the medications I gave her, it was a shock to the system, whatever it was, she started to crash, and they stopped her from fully crashing. It was like it was a small crash, but they stopped her from fully crashing, so there was no like resuscitation.
For folks that don't know what's crashing, for the folks
that means basically like your heart's stopping and like you're about to flatline, right?
Okay.
So that's a crash.
Okay, just that way.
Yeah. So that's what we mean by crashing is. So they stopped that from happening, and then the talks about ECMO the ECMO was coming back up. I'm like, there's no way this is fucking happening again, right? Like it's all over again, and it's the same course. It's like 2 days later on ECMO. So she was on ECMO for 11 days, and we got transferred to Texas Children's after the ECMO, because we didn't want to wait. Like we were downstairs in the PICU for maybe like 3 days. And that's when the talks were like, they didn't want to do the same thing they did with Remy, because when it came down to, well, we were in the hospital at St. Pete, Remy's pathology, the first analysis came back, and it was like, it looks like it could be ACD. And so they were treating her as an ACD patient, which I forget the whole thing for ACD, but it affects the way the capillaries work inside the lungs and also the blood flow. So they were treating her differently, and we eventually there were some things that happened that we didn't agree with the All Children's Hospital, but we've had our issues with them back and forth. Like with Remy, like there was a whole bunch of like arguing and me yelling at doctors because they weren't doing stuff, and after the yelling they would do stuff, and then there was a whole bunch of things that would happen. So one of the reasons we like Texas, because Texas like literally will fix anything that happened. And the team there, her name is Dr. Voorhees, and she is the best, and this is like nationally, like she is the best cardiologist out of all PH. Like she understands how PH works, and like so when she looks at, and like with Brynn, nobody could figure out. Like with Remy, they could figure out, okay, he's got PH, and this is what's causing PH. With her, normal heart function, normal lung function, but she's still suffering from massive pressures inside her heart. Like nothing changed with her heart. Like she was on, all she was on was diuretics and like a little bit of sildenafil. And so like Remy was on like the whole board of medications, like
the whole rainbow, Skittles, the whole thing.
Yeah. For her, she was on very less. And so this is where, she was actually able to come home after 3 months. She came home for 3 weeks, and, she wound up getting COVID, and that was in September. And we took her to the hospital, and not blaming doctors or the hospital, shit happened that shouldn't have happened. And we got put in a situation where she had to go back on ECMO. And she was on ECMO. She got transferred to Texas on ECMO because she wound up having a stroke. So Texas,
and she's 3-4 months old.
She was born in May, and this is September. So 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when that happened, Texas actually denied transfer. Like they denied it because like they were like, what are you going to treat as like what's going on? So like it was just a treatment plan, right? So they said they were going to do the same thing that hospital was doing, and what changed that was she wound up having a stroke. I forget the type of stroke that she had, but she had a stroke, and so that changed the whole game, right? So Texas was like, we're grabbing her right now. Within like once they heard that, probably within like a day and a half, they scheduled the flight, the airplane flight, and they got her. So, and that was like March 10th. September 10th, I want to say. So right on Remy's anniversary when he passed away. So it was like what, 5 months, 6 months, 6 month anniversary. She flew back to Texas and she wound up passing away September 16th.
God damn it. I'm so sorry.
So yeah, so
The fact that you lost 2 little ones
in a year.
And
on top of that, to add insult to injury, is right before Brynn was born, I partially tore my Achilles. So I was walking around the hospital, like I didn't have surgery.
Yeah.
But I'm also like with the military mentality, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I knew about the Thompson test, and the first thing I did after my injury, I sat down in the car as I grabbed my calf and my foot moved. I was like, okay, like it's not ruptured, like I don't need surgery.
Yeah.
So my wife was like, I called her because I was playing basketball, and I was actually in a basketball game at the YMCA, and I told her what happened. She's like, are you going to the hospital? I'm like, no, I'm just coming home. She's like, are you able to walk? I'm like, I'm limping out of the hospital, or like off the court. Like nobody helped me, nothing. It was like, and it was weird because I heard the pop and I felt it, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, maybe that's my ACL, my MCL, my PCL,
Whatever.
It's my knee,
whatever
right?
alphabet it is, yeah.
And when I stood up and I went to go take a step on the hurt foot, I didn't realize it was like that foot, and I fell right to the ground because there was no strength.
No strength, yep.
I was like, oh, that's not my knee. Like,
Wow.
I was like, is that my calf? What is that? Like,
Oh, shit, man.
and so I grabbed all my stuff. I was able to drive home. Like, I was able to do this with my foot, right?
Yeah.
And when I talk to people, like, you were able to walk after your Achilles injury? I'm like, yeah. I was like, did it hurt? I'm like, fuck yeah, it hurt. Of
course.
I'm able to walk, right?
Shit.
So, it took me probably like a month later to get it looked at. Like,
you had a lot going on, man.
it wasn't even that. It was just like, I think my stubbornness was I was like, if I'm able to walk, I'll deal with the repercussions as I get older, right?
Yeah.
Like if it actually did tear and I can't play sports again, oh well, right?
Yep, no, I hear you, man.
So luckily, and my dumbass, so as you guys see right here, the Lightning Warriors, I'm actually a member of the Lightning Warriors, and every June we do Hockey Heals 22.
Yeah, I've talked to Chris about that. I will be there with you guys.
And so we skate for we have 4 teams that skate for 22 hours straight. So I decided, I was like, I had my hockey stuff with me. Let's see, and this is like a month after injury, to see like what if I could do anything, right? As soon as I got on the ice, I put pressure down. It didn't hurt, but I couldn't move.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, not doing this, not risking it. I'm taking my stuff off, and I'm done. Right. So I was able to play golf. So I got a round in June with a bunch of Warriors.
Yeah.
So it wasn't probably until like hole 17 I felt tightness. It was like, okay, I'm done. Like I'm not pushing myself to an injury. I was like, I'm healing. I was like, I was able to get 17 holes in. This is great. Like, I'm happy. And then I think it was like October. October is the first time I actually touched the ice for hockey again. And I was able to move. I was able to do cuts and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, we're 6 months from the injury. I'm doing good. So then it was December. December is the first time I played a real game back again. So like the Warriors, we have skate with Santa in December. In December. So we do a Warriors game before that, and I was able to skate. I was doing fine. I was just really out of shape. And it held up. I wasn't hurting. It wasn't aching. So it was like, okay, I'm glad that I'm able to jump now. I'm able to run. Like I can feel it. Like it's stiff. It hurts when I run. But I know it's healed. So
wow, dude.
But so now going into, I don't know if you're into the spiritual things and like listening to people do readings and like try to talk to the afterlife.
I dabble in a lot of different things. I believe in a lot of things too. So, but I'm all for it, man.
So it wasn't. So my wife loves to do readings and like try to. So, and you know, the people that we've talked to it's been hit or miss, right?
Yep.
So it's like, you know, you can find this stuff on the internet. With me, it's kind of harder to find stuff on the internet because I had my Facebook hacked or my personal Instagram hacked, and I kind of just shut all social media off.
Yeah.
But I was a content creator. Like, you can find my content creator stuff, but you can't find my personal stuff.
Yeah.
Because it all disappeared because once everything got hacked off of Facebook, like
nope,
it deleted it all.
Yep.
So it was all gone. So when I was in the military and is my first deployment in Afghanistan, I lost a soldier named Moffat. And there is no way that this individual that my wife did not like, she was like, is there a Thomas or somebody that you know? And the first date they came up was 22 before that. And I was like, 22? Like, that's the day he passed away. It was October 22nd. And I didn't put two to two together until she said, there's a Thomas or like a T coming through. It was like, oh shit, that's what 22 was. He brought up 22 because he passed away. And one of the things that he would always say that you would never find on the internet was, what's up, my fucking guy? Like, how the fuck are you doing? Kind of like how you meet people, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I got emotional about that because I was like, oh shit, like this is real.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been skeptic because it's like, I believe in
never know.
I believe in conspiracies.
Of course. I'm all over the place too.
Like with me, I believe in the conspiracy about the moon landing. Do I believe we went there? Yes. Do I believe when it was? No.
But you never know, man. I go all over the place.
Yeah. So like after that conversation, my wife did another one, and this was last month. And I had a conversation with my grandmother, and she's like, you're undervaluing yourself because it's like, she was like, you're struggling in between jobs, right? And I'm like, not really, not at this point. Like, and this is where Guardian Outreach comes in.
We'll talk about everything. Yep.
Started with them, and I was like, maybe she's talking about that. And she was like, don't undervalue yourself. She's like, you have plans, just do them. Yeah. So that's what I was like, at this point, I decided I was going to be a travel agent. Okay. So like, to get started, I had to find like an agency that helps people start.
Okay.
So it's like you're an independent contractor for them, but they allow you to go do your own private things, right? So whenever you book people, you just have to send them for them to pay you. But I can do everything on my own. Like, I create my own website, I get my own LLC, I can do all that stuff. So it was like, that laid the foundation of now we're going to go into. So it's REMemBRYNN Expeditions.
Yep.
So it's Remy.
But how long ago though? What's the time frame between when she passed and then when this? When you wanted to like, you know what, this is what we're gonna do with.
It was January.
Okay.
Is when I decided to do this, right? So it was after this conversation. So that's where it's like, I'm starting another business on top of that. Yep.
Which is the good. Real quick, that was a Power Rangers theme song. Am I right?
Yes.
Of course. Just go ahead. Yeah. I'm geeking out. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. I'm also a huge Star Wars fan, as you can see on this slide.
We'll get talk whenever. Absolutely.
But yeah, so
it's in January. You're like, you know what? I'm going to start this.
Yeah, I'm gonna start this business because me and my wife have always talked about. We started the foundation for it. We haven't proceeded with it by starting a nonprofit for Remy when he passed away.
Okay.
And now it turned into Remy and Brynn. So, which leads into, like, my wife wants to start a bounce house company. So it's called Bounce with Ease with REMemBRYNN, or like with R&B, right? So it's Remy and Brynn. So it's Bounce with Ease with R&B. So that's the
awesome.
That's what she wants to do.
Yep.
So I've always had the fire, but I've never had the motivation to do it until this conversation with my grandma.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, you know what? What's the worst that's going to happen? It's like, it's going to fail. Okay. Yeah. You know, I've had a lot of failures in life.
Yeah.
Before, like, especially in the military, I had a lot of failures. Right. So it was like, I started that, you know, I booked 2 people for cruises so far. So and we've had this conversation, is AI is such a powerful tool.
Yeah.
Like, it's helped me understand, like, where I lack in a lot of aspects into, like, just content creation. Like, I was doing good as a content creator. You know, I had my kid get sick, so I kind of just stopped because it's like, I love it. I'm scared to go back into it now. But it made me realize where I was, like, failing and I know AI was a baby at that point. This is like 2022.
Yeah.
And seeing what AI can do now, like I can create a full AI video of any cruise ship. And there's a lot of people doing this now because I've seen it because I understand it now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of top people that you'll see on Facebook be like, I forget her name, but like she does a lot of AI videos with her inside of it. Like she'll talk, but like you'll see the AI video come behind her. And while she's talking, like I just made one yesterday that I'm going to produce of a baby talking about cruising on a cruise ship. Right.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny and it's going to catch people's attention.
Of course.
And
so when you started the REMemBRYNN, that was back in this REMemBRYNN Expeditions, because I want to stay focused on that for a bit. So, so you're looking at being a travel agent basically for a while. Of course, unfortunately, with the loss of your two little ones, and then the connection with your grandmother. Yeah. You know what? Let's fucking do it. Let's start this up and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, what can people then go to? I mean, I can easily put the website right here. Yeah. But like, what does it all entail? Like, what do you offer?
I mean, I offer everything. So if you want to do a Disney cruise, if you want to do any type of cruise, I can do that. I can book you a Disney trip.
Yep.
So whatever you want to do, like I'm even trying to, like right now I'm learning how to book golf trips.
Okay. Yeah.
So because Florida's huge in golf, people want to go to California to go play golf. They want to go to Stream Song.
Okay.
You know, like I'm learning how to do that now because it's a whole different atmosphere when it comes to golf travel, right?
Of course.
Like I can book trips to Vegas, and it's like the big thing with me compared to other people is I don't like to put hidden fees or, you know, like service charges.
Okay.
You know, like I know there's a lot of people that will put that in there because they got burned by people. Like they'll give them something and be like, hey, here's what I got for you to go cruise, and then they go find it, they go book it themselves. And then I did all that work. But I mean, realistically, like looking at like everything I've been through, you know, most of the work I did took me 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
People may seem like it takes longer. I mean, really, now that I know the aspect of like the back doors of like finding things and like seeing deals and stuff like that.
Yep.
It doesn't take very long.
And so the whole goal of REMemBRYNN Expeditions is just creating memories.
Exactly.
It's really what it is, right?
Yeah.
So not just necessarily for like the individual, but for the whole family.
Yeah. And it's like, I want to get to the point where it's like, you know, like if you book with me, I want to put money into it, like for you to cruise. So it's like, I want to put like, whether there's like onboard credit or like, I'll take like $500 off your trip if you book with me, right?
Yeah.
So I'll take money out of my own pocket and put it for you. Like I want you to be able to experience something that if you haven't done it yet, or like find something that you want to do, make a memory, and that's all about,
of course,
what it is.
No, so that's awesome, man. No shit, dude. That's badass. So you have that, which again, what's the website? That way they're not going to put the link right here.
So it's REMemBRYNNExpeditions.com. So it's real
and again,
easy.
like you said earlier before, it's like it's both your kids' names.
So it's Remy. So you have Rem, M, Brynn. So it's Brynn's name, so that you understand, so that you guys know the abbreviations and stuff like that. So it's just REMemBRYNN, so that you're remembering your expedition, right?
Yep.
So, and another thing that I can do, which I know a lot of other travel agencies will do, but they never talk about it, is like if you're into science, right? If you're into all that stuff. So National Geographic actually has cruises that you can do.
No shit.
Yeah. So it's more so not a cruise as like they give you all the food and stuff like that. You'll go, like if you do Alaska with National Geographic, you'll go on an ice ship that'll break through the ice, but you'll have to have your own food, but you get to experience what it actually is to sail through like through Alaska or like the Arctic Circle.
No shit.
Any of that, yeah. So it's really cool, yeah.
That's pretty badass, man. Shit. So you have that, and then the other thing you said you're going to try to start, or you're starting, is the inflatable
golf simulators.
Yeah. So what's that all about?
So I got this idea from TikTok because I saw it in Texas. So somebody sets up like an inflatable, like I don't know what to call it, because it's not like a water slide or a bounce house. So it's like an inflatable structure that takes like 5 minutes to set up. It has a projector screen inside of it. And all you have to do is put your projector up, get your launch monitor, get the other monitor so you can see what you're doing. And then you're set up. Like you lay down the golf mat, whatever type of mat you have, whether it's like the 3D printed ones where you have cushions so you can actually actually hit down on it instead of scraping the ground and ruining your club. And then so it's all of that, and I'm building the pieces to that because I'm trying. Either I'm gonna do it, like put the money out myself or try to find an investor for
course,
it.
yeah.
So if there's an investor out there, great. If not,
Awesome,
I'm going to
man.
do it myself.
True,
anyway.
yeah, no, that is awesome. I mean, that's the thing you got to do. Like your grandmother said, you just got to do it. Fuck it.
The reason why is because like we live in Florida, it rains all the time, right? So it's like you could be at home, book me, and like if you go look at Texas, like these people are charging ridiculous prices. So it's like for an 8-hour birthday party, they're charging like $1,400. Like I'm like, that's crazy. I would never pay that.
Yeah.
I'm like, for 2 hours, it's like $200, right?
So if somebody wanted to do it necessarily like in their garage, or let's say that it's like right now, it's gorgeous right now.
Yeah.
If someone's having a barbecue, like, you know what? Let me hit up Brian. Whatever you come. Do you have a name for it yet?
It's Get Inflatable Golf.
Get Inflatable Golf. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
So I mean, practically they can go to the website, book it, and then let's say if we're having a barbecue, or I used to do it a lot when we first moved here. We used to have 2 barbecue pool parties at our condo there.
Yeah.
Twice a month. All the time. I could have.
Yeah.
Call you up. Hey, can you set something up over here? And
Yeah.
we'll fucking.
And
awesome.
then so like, you know, I'd be able to play games. So like Top Tracer has
Of
like
course,
Sonic and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I can download the software and we can do like, what is it? Angry Birds. Like you can do the Angry Birds. You can use,
yeah.
You can do the Sonic rings or whatever they have for Sonic out.
that Top Golf and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit, man.
Yeah.
That's the fact that it's portable and you're willing to, and you're going to be cutting a hell out of a cost compared to what they do, like you said, in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Because it's like the same thing. It's like I wanted you to. I don't want you to arm and a leg for you to have something for like 2 to 4 hours, and it's also for corporate events. So like, which is cool because I saw people setting up for corporate events and they had multiple launch monitors up that were inflatable, and you would see like they would have competitions going on. They would have like a foursome over here and another foursome, and they were doing a scramble competition on Augusta National.
What would have been awesome is like because I'm not sure exactly when this episode will come out or this conversation. Like I told you before, March 28th, we're going to the beach.
Yep.
So imagine like if I did not have those biodegradable, bio-friendly golf balls, I could have.
Yeah.
You could have had that set up right next to Tink on the fucking beach.
Yeah.
And we could be doing a golf sim or whatever. And
I mean, that'd be right for business. So if I have it set up by then, I'm just going to bring it anyway because it'd be cool because we're doing this hangout, and if people actually want to play golf, we can just set it up and fire it up and
the
go.
thing is, I do have those biodegradable golf balls. I do have pins. I'm actually about to get a cup cutter from Standard Golf Company. They're at fucking sending me one. Getting an actual
that's awesome.
I'm actually getting it powder coated to match the Volkswagen. It's retarded.
That's awesome.
But I mean, we have cups. We're going to set it right there and have the pins. But again, if that doesn't work out, if the beach is too busy, right? I mean, shit, because we're planning on putting a pin over there and a pin over there and just kind of chipping back and forth.
Yeah, it's kind of like bucket golf.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if it got too busy there, hey, Brian, would you mind setting up your inflatable? Go for that's up. Fucking awesome, dude.
I mean, it's just a small little thing. I mean, I've seen metal setups that take like maybe an extra like 5 minutes. But it's like I love the idea of inflating.
Of course.
So I can just set it up, put the blower up while the blower's going up. I can set up all the software, and then once the software's all set up, I just put the projector up, and then
we'll have to talk about that when the time comes. I mean, it's about a little bit over a month and a half away.
Yeah.
But shit, dude, that is fucking awesome, dude. You're just dabbling in everything. Because that's the thing I want to ask you though. Not ask you, but I know we talked about it. You do something else that involves with golf.
Yeah, so I can't say it's volunteer, but it's volunteer. I volunteer for an organization called Guardian Community. It's Guardian Outreach.
Okay,
so what I do is I literally sit on a golf course for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, and I set up on a par 3. So like Heritage Isles, I'm going to this weekend, and Hernando Oaks, I'm going to on Saturday.
So which one are you going to be at? A hole number 8, hole number
8 at Hernando Oaks, and then I think it's hole 5 for
there's
Heritage
hole 5
Isles.
and hole 8. Yep. Oh, that's a good one. Because like we talked about before. If you've never played the Heritage Isle, I used to work there. I used to cut cups there for Don and all of them. Great track, amazing for a public golf course. And hole number 5 is a very thin par 3. Opens up in the front on the right side. But,
when you said that, and like when I was there, it was very windy, so I didn't get a lot of people.
That's right.
And I hit a shot, and I didn't realize how thin it was. I mean, I put it 5 feet from the hole.
Yeah.
But when I walked up there and I saw it was like literally the size of this table, I'm like, man, that's such a hard shot. For anybody to land to, and the pin was tucked far left.
That's right. If it's on, then I said it to you on the phone. If that pin's on the far left, you're like, yep, it's on the far left. I'm like, that fucking sucks. And I used to put it on that side too.
Yeah. And I'm like, luckily the ground was very soft, so it just stuck.
Yeah, stuck.
And for you people, I fixed my divot. So
thank you very much. We really appreciate it. So you go to with this organization again. It's called Guardian Reach.
Yeah.
You would set up a tent there, or not a tent. Well,
I set up a tent.
Okay,
I set up a table, and when they come up to the tee box, I talk to them for about 20 seconds. So it's like, and it's crazy when I go to golf courses that are severely packed and they think I'm the problem because they see me talking to people. And it's literally I have like a 15 to 20 second speech. And I change it all the time depending on like the group of people that come up. And like, you really learn your clientele. Right?
Of course.
Like you really learn it. So you know what to say. Like if it's Asian people, for example, they love to gamble. So I'm like, hey, do you want to gamble on this hole? If you donate $25 to this organization, you get a $100 gift card to the pro shop. And 9 times out of 10, like, let's do it, right? But it's like if I come across the older generation or like our generation, right? That's why I see donate the most. So I talk about, like veteran and first responder suicide. Touches home because I've had a lot of friends actually commit suicide. So the organization basically, what they do is they have a life-saving program, and all the donations that we do receive go right into the program to help them with financial needs or counseling. And their counseling is usually I think it's like 6 weeks or 12 weeks.
Is it dealing with? Because I thought I really went to the website. If it is the same one, like with PTSD, they focus on that and everything.
So if you go to their website and you do the QR code,
the website though, if I can
it's guardiancommunity.com, I believe.
Okay, I can always. I'm going to put it right here. That's what I do.
So you fill out the form because I've never needed it, but I also wanted to know how it works so that if somebody asked me, I know how it works. So I filled it out, and I did it at 12 o'clock at night. And I literally got 2 emails right away saying, hey, somebody's going to call you. This is the representative that's going to call you.
Wow.
And then they called me, I talked to them and like, hey, I'm just doing this for research purposes because I work for you guys, but I wanted to know if a veteran actually asked me or a first responder asked me how it works. I want to tell them in detail. So then you'll tell them exactly like if you need financial help, if you need counseling help, or if you need both of that, then you can get both of them, and they do a counseling. They'll do a financial planner with you, and like you graduate from that. And then, but there was a story that I just found out during Christmas time in Texas. There was a Marine veteran that went to go play golf, and it was going to be his last round. Like he already made a decision he was going to commit suicide. And he found one of the life-saving cards that they give to people. He found it inside the actual golf cart, and he scanned it, filled out the information. They called him while he was on the golf course, and then, he's still here today because it saved his life.
Wow.
So it does work, and it's powerful.
Wow. The power of golf, man. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Golf brings everybody together.
I mean, exactly. I mean, it brought you into my world and vice versa. You know what I mean? It's the fact that it brings out so many people that you found golf. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, when we had the talk on the phone, that golf in a way just brought you to a better place. You know what I mean?
It does.
It's like a partial healing. You know what I mean?
I feel very comfortable on a golf course. Like maybe it's the nature, maybe the nature aspect, or it's like hitting a good golf shot. Then you hit a bad golf shot, I don't get mad at golf. So it's like I hate playing with people. Like if I put into a random foursome, and he shanks it 350 yards off, and then he slams his golf club on the club. I'm like, bro, come on, it's not that bad, right? And it's like, and I also see it with members. So I was at Buffalo Creek this past weekend, and there was a foursome that was playing, and they hit multiple shots from the tee box because most golf courses don't have a drop area on a par 3. So what do? You hit from the tee box again. This guy pulls up and he starts yelling at these people. He's like, there's a drop zone up there. And they're like, we don't know that. Like, we've never been here before. It's like, there's a small sign at the tee box that says drop zone ahead. Like, it's very tiny. It's like maybe like this big. And it's facing down the cart path. It's facing down the cart path to go to the hole. Like, so it's like, nobody's going to see that. It was like maybe you had a big sign that says, drop zone ahead. Okay, cool. Now we can go. But it's like most golf courses don't have that. So they have to tee off again. So this guy just was yelling at them. And I like in my head, I'm like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Like, you're ruining you literally could feel the atmosphere just change.
You pulled up in there just already huffing and puffing because golf is not going.
And this is hole 3.
Oh my Lord.
This is hole 3.
Let him get out of my face. Wow.
And it's like, I understand that like that golf course is always busy. So like the first time I worked there, I saw 202 golfers. The second time I went was supposed to be 240 golfers. That's a
lot of rounds. That's a lot of people on a golf course.
Yeah, which means they're booking tee times like 7 minutes apart. So, but I only saw maybe like 180 of them because I had to leave to go to your outing. So,
well, thank you. Which I'm so happy that you did. And that's a funny thing too that we're gonna get a chance to do here together is finally hit a legit golf ball on the golf course. We are very blessed that we're heading down to well, this will be in the past by the time I record this, but we're going down to River Hills. I'm gonna be having the director of agronomy on there, Mark Patterson. He's gonna be on the podcast, and he's hooking us up. We're playing on a Monday, and they're closed on Mondays.
That's awesome.
It's closed for work.
That's like a bucket list thing, but like, you know, get to play on a golf course that's closed.
We're the only fuckers on there.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we got to do, like what Mark asked, because even when he told me that, hey man, you guys can go out early. I mean, we're gonna be punching and everything like that. I'm like Mark, as a greenskeeper myself, I know what it's like having golfers on the golf course when you try to work. Yeah. Obviously, and I'm like, Mark, don't worry about it, man. I was like, Dave, as long as you're out of my way, you're good to go. But you can have if you can get out by 6:48. I'm like, we'll get out at 6:30. Yeah. Because I thought I have those golf balls. So we would hit from the 150 marker because they suck from the driving. We can start off the first couple holes and make it a par 3. I'm not trying to beat you. You're not trying to beat me. Well, maybe we are. Maybe we'll play a match play. But we're just gonna have fucking fun. I just like playing golf now. It's like, do I want to be competitive? Yeah. Like, am I gonna get there? Yeah. If I'm gonna get there again, it's gonna happen, right? It's gonna fucking happen.
But I just like enjoying playing golf with good people.
We have a blast.
And I never get to do that because it's like in my area. Yeah. I have no golf friends. And it's like when I book my tee times, I always book it for myself.
Well, buddy.
And it's like because I like to be peaceful. I don't like to be around the golfers that are angry all the time. Let
me tell you what. Not only are you a golfing friend, but you're my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? We've already hung out. We're actually about to head in here, play some pool here. We're at Peabody's here.
As I said, a fuck bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're now a fuck buddy. Well, you're a fucker. Because eventually, I would love to have you as a co-host.
Yeah.
So I'm a co-host of Fuckers. I got fuck buddies, and as folks know, this train is a rocking, and it's not
like
stopping.
That lunatic cargo.
Yeah, I fucking love that motherfucker. You guys know it. I mean, the fact that I just literally just posted that little short. Yeah. I didn't realize he was going for a fist bump, and I was already going on to the news. It was fucking the best, but Brian, I know you, man. You have gone through a lot. I know some other things we could have talked about here too.
We can still talk about it.
Well, let's do the one thing. I can usually squeeze this in the front because you know how my particular order. But something I like to do, folks, when you're in my Volkswagen, I love to have a quickie. Your fuck quickie, 5 quick questions, sir. Would you like to have a quickie with your fuck?
I would love to have a quick one with you.
Oh, it's gonna be the best. Just don't tell anybody. Your fuck quickie, 5 quick questions. How many practice swings?
I take 2.
Your favorite shot or club?
It's kind of both. So, a 56.
Going how far?
It depends on weather, but so my 56 can go. Like when it's super hot out, like 115, 120.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
But I also like to use it around the green too.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm not a 60-degree guy or anything. Like
nothing wrong with that, man.
This is where I'm going to bring it in. So my coach Brad Brummer taught me the tie spin.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Which is a crazy thing. Yeah. So that's
what you need, that especially on certain greens.
But yeah, so that's the one thing when I was playing with somebody and I told him that and he watched me do it.
Yeah.
And it was like a 5 foot, like 5 feet from the pin, and I did the tie spin, and he was like, "No way, did you just do that?" I'm like, "So yeah,
so your favorite shot or your favorite club is a 56, but you like to use it around
with anything within 100 yards."
Yeah, gotcha.
The 56 coming out.
Oh, good shit, man. All right, we're gonna keep on rocking. Music or no music?
Music, 100%.
Putting, read the green, or you just go up to bat?
Oh, this is a tough one because I do both. Depending on how far away I am, or like if I know the green, I'm just gonna putt. But if it's a course that I've never been to, I'm not gonna super analyze it, but I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna look for the green. If it's frayed on one side of the cup, which you know what I'm talking about.
Yep, of course.
That's the way I know it's breaking. So then I just have to determine how far the break is.
Yeah. So good shit, man. And the last question, as you know, driver or passenger?
Both. I really don't care.
You don't mind being the big spoon or the little spoon?
No.
I love that.
You call me passenger princess.
Bro, we'll just both play with our beards.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
I'm having conversation with somebody, so if I'm having a conversation, I don't care.
I really am looking forward to Monday. I mean, we're going to be the only ones out there, and it's going to be you and I to finally golf together, because when we were at Heights Country Club this past Saturday?
Yeah.
It's about that, yeah. God, it goes by so fast. We had a good time, but I mean, I barely touched the sim. Sim's a sim to me. I don't care for them that much. Yeah. But I mean, we had a good time still. So now the fact that you and I get to get on the fucking course ourselves, fucking have a good time. I know I'm having gummy the second I pull in. There's no fucking question about it. We're gonna have a kick-ass time, man. Well, shit, dude. I mean, I really don't have much else because we covered a lot. Because I know, which I already knew from the get-go. This conversation can go anywhere and everybody.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when emotions start going, I'm gonna let emotions run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna stop it. I'm still learning to be with my emotions. But like I said, man, it's
I used to have a hard time with that until
of course,
Remy and Brynn passed away, and
Yeah,
it's
man.
like emotions are every day,
they're-
all day long.
Of
and
course,
it's-
man.
Yeah.
So
So
it's still so fresh. I mean, nobody fucking knows what it's like. I shouldn't say that. There may be some other parents that have gone through it, unfortunately. I don't know many guys that lost two in one year. And it's tough, man. But the fact that is you're out here spending time, you're still with your wife and your son and your kids. You're still getting outside. You're still wanting to hang out and have a good time. You still want to laugh. You still want to create new memories.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm all about, bro. It's all about, as we both know, life is short.
yeah.
And unfortunately, and blessing, sometimes it's just shorter, too fucking short. That's why, as you know, that's why I hug everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
A big thing is like with the life is too short. So it's like one of my friends I used to be like really good friends with back from Jersey is, you know, we didn't have any falling outs or anything. We kind of just fell apart. So
Yeah.
I reached out to him. I found out that his father passed away in 2022,
Yeah.
but his brother passed away the same year.
Fuck.
Within days of each other because
Fuck.
his dad passed away from a broken heart. So like life is really too short.
It really
and
is, man. It really is. Like, that's why like I always try, like when I meet people and everything like that, which you've seen me. This is our second time together.
Yeah.
But it won't be, we're going to have many more times together. Not just in the Volkswagen. But it's like I try to give everybody 110% every time. I know I can be loud. I know probably I'm a little obnoxious. I try not to be. I just want to meet people, have conversations, and talk.
I'm the same way. But my
Yeah.
wife hates it because it's like when new people come in to our lives.
Yeah.
Like I don't talk much. Like I have to observe them. Like
Yeah,
it's like I'm very observant of
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
are they going to fit well? If they're going to fit well.
Yeah, yeah.
And my wife also tells me not to talk people's ears off.
Yeah.
So like I will talk about everything and anything.
Of course.
And it's always random. It's not like
Oh.
like I go from one
Dude.
subject to another subject, back to the last subject that I talked
100%,
about,
which
to another subject.
I
and
can
it's-
follow it.
Yeah.
That's why, folks, when I said earlier, we were on the phone for an hour and a half. And we didn't even talk about any of the shit we talked about today.
Yeah.
We barely touched
I made
any
sure
of
I
it.
didn't because
Yeah.
it's like I wanted to like
Of
wanted
course.
you to hear about it, but I also like
course.
everybody else to hear about it, and
Of
so
course.
it's like yeah.
Man, it's amazing, dude. And it's like, that's why I just love fucking doing it. Just
And we didn't even go anything military either. That's the crazy
no,
thing.
I could have and would have, but we've already shared some stories before. And the fact that I actually want to, something I want to do is more like a round table with other vets and golfers.
Yeah.
You know, something on my page. Like I'm really good friends with Ryan Pippen, who is a retired E8 from the Marines. Motherfucker hits like a stick. He short story about Ryan. Love you, buddy. Eat your crayons. And the fact that he,
I wonder if it's red his favorite color. That's what I.
well, I'll tell you here in a second because this is his ball marker.
No.
And it's called, I swear to God, he's fucking awesome.
That is
so
awesome.
This is real quick. This is Gunnery Sergeant. I'll put it over here. Ryan Pippen, my man. It's a ball marker, and he took a bite out of a crayon. Look at that shit, dude. Anyway, short story about him.
I love
He's
that.
an amazing dude. We were at playing Temple Terrace, and he helped me. Him and I were together on the same team, or something to that effect. And motherfucker, I guess I sunk it, and I felt my love handle move. It was actually Ryan Pippen on my back, but it'll hit like 300 plus, and he's about $130. But I mean, what I want to do is like, I would love to have a round table of guys together.
That's awesome.
Let's talk about your most memorable story as a vet, the direct connection with golf and being a veteran. I mean, I've told you before countless times, I love bro time. Yes, I love hanging out with my wife and my kids, but you know what I mean? That was big for me in the military when I was stationed at Fort Belvoir. You know what I mean? We had 16 of us all active duty with Volkswagens. On top of it, 4 of us were extremely tight. You know,
That's awesome.
Dan Bowes, Nick Cooper's my boy, Jake the Snake, just a bunch of these guys that we would go to each other's house because it's base housing.
Yeah.
If the garage doors open, we'd go right in. There'd be a cooler, there'd be a dartboard or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So the energy that I have with the guys on the golf course reminds me so much of that in the military.
Yeah.
And then that's why I do this, is to have, we have friends that don't get out. That's what I'm saying. I'm so proud and I'm happy that you are still getting out after losing 2 ones. And the fact that, we're medically retired from the Air Force. I'm sorry. I was military from the Air Force. You're from the Army, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I just love the fact that we get to do what we do, hanging out with guys, having conversations, creating memories, and just being there for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I was so stoked when I turned there, like, hey, it's Brian. I'm like, oh shit, at Heights Country Club. What's up, man? I'm stoked that you came. The fact that we're here, we're about to go also play some billiards because I want to whip some more ass. You and I didn't got a chance to play. But yeah, dude, I got nothing else when it comes to any of this. I mean, is there anything else that would you like to share when it comes to this? Anything?
No, I don't think so. It's got everything out there. I mean, we can do a whole nother episode down the road about military and stuff.
Talking shit.
I hate to throw shade on the vet community, but
it's okay.
When it comes like the job that I do, like on the golf courses, I want to say 7 out of 10 times vets don't donate to vets. Like, sometimes I understand when it's financials, but like, some of them are so grumpy that like, oh, I donate to all these like Tunnel of Towers or all these organizations. I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, this is literally for like Tunnels of Towers is like, it's all across the board. I'm like, this is specifically for veterans and first responders. Like I'm like, I get it that you don't want to. And I always say like, I don't want you to feel pressured. Like that's the one thing I don't want you to feel pressured into donating. Right. Because you've been on golf courses where you'll see like people donate or like games and they kind of like, they kind of force you into it. Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm kind of turned off by these guys. So it's like, whenever you see me, I want you to have a good impression of me. Be like, of
course,
last time we talked, I didn't feel pressured into like doing anything. So it's, so that's the whole reason is like, but
that's good shit, man.
We got to do better. We got to help each other out.
100%, man. Oh, I can't agree with you, especially nowadays because it's a fucking fucked up world right now.
I mean, the statistic is 22 to 30 a day. That's veteran, not including first responders. Like, if you put both of them together, that's like 48 to 60.
That's why I'm excited for what they're doing there in June. That I've already told Chris and them that I'll be there with you guys for 22 hours. I plan on having a lot of battery power, a lot of camera footage, a recording, be able to have conversations with everybody.
A conversation that
you
need to have with somebody out there. He was there this year. Was Ryan Malone. He is a former Tampa Bay Lightning, but he has a foundation for veterans.
No shit.
That he does like for to help them with like wellness and also like getting back in shape. So it's called the Ryan Malone Foundation. So he works really close with the Lightning. Shit. So like we just had you know how they had the showcase, the showcase. Yeah. And so Navy Federal every year when they do the showcase or they do the stadium series, Navy Federal always brings in four military groups that play hockey. And they do like beforehand they'll play, I think they'll have like 4 games, 5 games.
Yep.
So the first one that we did was in 2028, and that was in Colorado.
2000?
Or 2018, sorry.
Yep.
So we did that one in Colorado when we only had like 50 members. So it was hard to pick the team together to bring a competitive team. Yeah. And now the Tampa Warriors, I think we have like close to 200 members.
Yeah, now. That's what Chris told me.
So it's crazy to see how much it's grown.
Yep.
But that we're able to do that, and now that we have the backing of the Lightning, so like Ryan Malone was there for the last game. I wish I was able to be part of it. Yeah. But he talked to everybody in the locker room beforehand, wearing his Lightning gear, and he's always out. Like he'll randomly show up to practices. That's why Chris wants you to go out there.
That's right. That's so rad. So like I said, I'm going to be there on the 22nd, and I just want to show my support and just the fact that I lost a buddy, Manny, when he used to be in this Volkswagen. He was my a neighbor for Belfour. And I didn't see in the science all those fucking trainings we get about suicide prevention. I didn't fucking see it.
I mean, it doesn't help because most of us, like for me, I'm always depressed now. Like I was always depressed from stuff from the military that happened, but like I live in a full state of depression and
I just don't like that. I know.
Like for me, my depression is like, luckily it's not suicidal or anything. Like it's just more so like I just want to isolate. Be by myself, and it's like I force myself to get out because it's like I need to.
I appreciate that.
So it's like now that
I appreciate that for you and your wife and your kids.
With the fuck bros and like being fucked, it's like it's introduced me to a whole new group of people that I feel like I can fit in well with.
You saw all those guys and there were many more. Some of them couldn't make it. I love our group of guys. Yeah. I love all the fact that, and also too, as you can see,
it's funny that you talk about like feeling weird at first. Like I definitely felt weird at first. It was like I know like a lot of them didn't know each other, and
Yeah, of
everybody
course.
just fit in so well. So it's like once a conversation started happening,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, okay.
There was
it's
a
like,
common interest.
Yeah.
Your fuck was there.
Yeah.
And I just like to bring guys together, and I just try to, like that day, it kind of sucked because I really wanted to talk to everybody still. You know,
Yeah.
we only had the 8 of us. A couple of guys couldn't make it. But it's like, I really just want us to build a bond. I mean, it's like, shit, not even just that. Not just the bond, but the competition. Like, I can't wait to do a lefties versus righties.
Yeah.
There's like 7 of us. Not 7 of us, I'm sorry, not myself, but there's guys
was-
now that are 11. Like,
There was 3 of them in the same room, which is, you never see that ever.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's that type of shit, man. So I just love the fact that what I'm trying to do with this podcast, what I'm trying to do with my friends, this tight circle that we got, is just have a fucking kick-ass time on the golf course, on and off the course, like we're about to do. You know what I mean? I just want us to laugh and bullshit and just be there for each other when we need each other. I really do. I can't begin to tell you how I appreciate you being here, sharing your story, just being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard for men to be vulnerable, or even just women too as well. But I'm just saying, is like, let's just be ourselves and let's just let go, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, it was hard for me to do that, but I realized after the 2 kids passed away, like you kind of have to be, because it's like I'm always a person that holds things in until like the very last moment until it boils, and then it just pops.
Yeah.
And it's usually in violence.
Yeah.
But that takes a very long time to do. So it's like I've learned now to like talk about, like, you know, I fucking hate life, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell somebody, be like especially like our friends, be like, you know, I fucking hate my life right now. Right?
Yeah. And I hate to hear that though. Yeah, yeah.
But it's easier for me to say that now instead of just holding it in. So when people are like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing great. And like, you see smiles on my face.
Yeah.
So like you'll see a smile on my face.
Yeah,
say, I fucking hate my life, but
Yeah.
I'm smiling about it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm able to talk about it, especially with my wife. Like, props to her, like everything that she's been dealing with.
Of course.
And like at least she's vocal about it. Like she and like we talk about it. But like we
have to.
a lot of times I wish that we weren't here, because it's like we miss them.
Of course, man.
So
of course. You know, with that, I don't want to. I mean, we could have talked forever.
Oh, I know.
But I just want to give you the reason why I want to stop this. I want to give you a big hug. I want to get outside. I want to give you a big hug. I'm not kidding, man. It's I really do appreciate you again, just being here, sharing your story, remembering your kids.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and doing what you're doing. I mean, you have your hand in a lot of things, and I know that they'll all be successful in their sort of way. And the fact that you are here right now, brother, and want to be with your fuck.
Yeah.
I'm you know me, man. I don't hide it. I'm very thankful.
Yeah.
I really try to, if I can hug every fucking person right now and just say, it's a certain thing may suck right now, but you know what? It could be a hell of a lot fucking worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But shit, man. But with that being said, let's get in there. Let's have a beer. Let's fucking play some. I can't wait to golf with you on Monday.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I haven't played golf. I played golf once so far this year.
Oh, dude. Well, now that you're
Not a sim, but
now that you're with me, with your fuck, with your friend, with my friends, with you're my friend. There'll be many more to come when time allows.
Yeah.
Of course, with our families and this fucking podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
It's
podcast
It's
is
great.
eating your time, man.
I know, dude. Dude, real quick, I golf less because of this podcast.
Yeah.
And I have to schedule golf outings now. I cannot golf on a whim anymore.
You're gonna miss out on the new season of Battlefield.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't. I haven't touched that fucking game in forever. That's what I'm saying.
The new season's dropping on the 17th.
I did actually download NHL 26 briefly, just because I want to try to get back into it. But
I'll play that on my Xbox.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, shit. With that being said, man, thank you again
Thank you.
I can't wait
for having me.
I can't wait to give you a really big fucking hug out there, folks. Please, check out what this man has to offer. I will make sure that I put all of his links down here and below. So with that being said, this has been your friendly unabashed cup cutter. Don't be shy. Come say hi, brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your friendly unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. Your friendly unabashed cup cutter.